Yo, listen to me clearly. Listen to me clearly. Don't mess with the IRS. Her kids. If you are young, just getting your first job, 16, 17, 18 on up, young 20s, all y'all are young to me, so make sure you do your taxes every year. Make sure you pay your taxes if there are taxes due. I'm getting to a point. Make sure you pay your taxes if your taxes are due. Don't always expect to get a refund. I know a lot of us, for a long time, have probably gotten refunds every year, but I want you to understand there may come a day where you have to pay instead of receiving a refund. All right? So for years, I went without filing taxes. I didn't really understand the importance of it. I did it for two reasons. One, because I never got anything back, and I generally would get bad news about owing them. And the other reason was, anytime that I did get money back, the money would get garnished and get sent to my baby moms. That kid is now grown, by the way, but at the time, my thinking was, why would I file taxes so that they could take it and give it to her? Or so I could file it and they could tell me I owe them money. So I went years without filing. Then I became a full-fledged adult and I wanted to get a house. So in order to get a house, you usually have to get a federal loan. Not all loans are federal. However, I was going to apply for a federal loan, but I realized I had unpaid taxes. That shit broke my heart. So the loan officer told me to pay the taxes. So I used some of the money that I had saved, and I paid the last 3 years, right? I paid the year that I missed that in that moment, and then the 2 years prior. This was a couple of years ago. And I'm like, boom, we back on, baby. I'm going to get this house. The IRS said, nah, wait, hold on. You had other years of taxes that you didn't file as well. We went ahead and filed those taxes for you. Filed them for you. And you owe money on each of those years plus interest. Now I'm like, God damn, I just gave y'all thousands of dollars. And now, turn around, you guys are charging me thousands of dollars again. You know what I'm saying? So, it sent me into a spiral, sent me into a little bit of a depression. And I stopped looking for houses for 2 years. And I went to pay the IRS every month. I didn't set up an official payment agreement because the amount was so high that, that payment agreement really would affect my way of life, like my style of living for 5 years, right? But that put me in a real weird spot because now I have no hope of becoming a homeowner because I owe taxes, and I'm not able to save money fast enough to get that tax debt down. I'm pretty sure if I spoke to Dave Ramsey or Susan Orman, they would have had me eating Lunchables and paying that shit off. But I really felt like it was just a task that was too much, too big of a burden, to overcome. So I got with a girl. The girl got a house. She treated me like shit for not having a house and not being able to, get my house due to the tax situation. You know what I mean? So, after that breakup, first of all, during that relationship, she would, just treat me like I was pathetic, man. And like I was depending on her. You know what I mean? Like my problem wasn't our problem. My problem was my problem. And it was because I brought that tax issue into the relationship. And when she got a house, I thought we were going to move in with each other. But all of a sudden, she's telling me that it's her house, right, fellas? It was her house. So here I am, bitter, not bitter, but a little bit bitter. Like, who does she think I am? Called the tax place. Tax said, you owe 5 figures. I'm like, fuck. All right. Spoke to the loan officer. Called the loan officer. The loan officer's like, dang, just pay him. You know what I mean? Just pay him. You ain't going to be able to do anything unless you pay him. So over that 2 years that I took off, still saved my money. I took care of my credit. Learning how to take care and manage my credit was a journey in itself that I had to get to before I could get to wanting a home. So over the 2 years that I took off, I took care of my credit, saved my bread, and just decided to take money out my 401k and pay this huge tax problem. Take care of it. So I just want to say that it's a huge burden lifted. You know what I mean? And if you are going through something similar, I think that you should consider that as well. You know what I mean? If you have money set aside, if you could cash out in some way, maybe sell some toys, you should do it. Because I realized that they're going to come get it. You think you're saving money, you think you're hiding money from the IRS, but you are not. They'll get it when you're gone. And it'll be a way higher debt than it is today. So today, in this moment, I have resumed my search for a multifamily, and the fucking market is fucked up. I can't even fucking find a house right now. 20 houses for sale in my area, all of them are pending. Maybe only 2 of them are actually for sale, and they're fucking trash. And they're gonna sell for more than what the seller was even asking for. So, we're just gonna keep it pushing. Nobody really ever taught us how to do this stuff. I can only speak for myself there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm living and I'm learning. And I wanted to share that mistake, and I wanted to share the resolution of that mistake. And I also wanted to let you know that we got to keep it pushing. It ain't really nothing else to do. All right? Let me know what you think. Get in the comments with me. What you think my next move should be. I'm looking for a multifamily, and I'm looking for a cheap, reasonable 1 family. All right? Take care of yourself for me, and I'm going to take care of myself for you. All right? Peace.